Hawkinsimmer, and today we're doing another speed build. This one, honestly, I don't know what to call it. It's honestly just a blue Suburban, and I know that's kind of like a running joke in the Sims community. Thanks, little Simsy. But that's kind of what this ended up being. It's just like a plain little blue Suburban. It's kind of boring, but you know, whatever. I built this while hanging out with a friend, and honestly, he laughed at me endlessly for how long it took, but like it's hard to like focus. So I had like 3 hours of footage, and it's not that big of a house. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's a decent sized house. Realistically, it could be 5 bedrooms, but one of them I made an office space, as always, with a like Murphy bed from Tiny Living, and then another one I made like a home gym. I get tired of doing bedrooms. I feel like they all end up looking the same, so I decided to put in a home gym. I don't think I've done that really in any of my videos, but I don't know. It ended up being really cute. Originally I was thinking I would make it white, and then I realized that I've done a couple of like white houses this same sort of style, so I went with blue. I really wish we had more siding options. As you can see, I used green for just a split second, and then I wish we had a darker green color. I love that light green color, but I wish we had a darker one too. And then there was a jump cut. I messed with the windows for entirely too long. I just couldn't decide what combination of windows I wanted to use. So it was at least a good 10 minutes of me messing with the windows and trying to decide what combination. And I came to this. So I used that bay window, and then I used just the plain base game window on the left side, and then on the right side, I believe those are from Parenthood. And then I wanted to have a window above the door because that ends up being a bedroom, but a regular size window wasn't going to fit. So I played around and I landed on that Strangerville one. I wish the like porthole windows that we have, like the round ones, I don't know, they're like not the right size exactly. I don't know, something in between the two sizes that we have, I guess. And then I just did some landscaping. It's the same boring thing I always do. I went with white with a few little pink accents, and then just adding some terrain paint to make it all blend in. I used a lot of trees because, I don't know, I love building on these like 4 lots in the Newcrest area, but because they all have good lighting, but they stick out like a sore thumb because they're all in a row and there's no trees, but you can tell in the background there's lots of trees. So I don't know, I think I did good tree placement, if that's a thing. But I'm just trying to put some windows in the back. Again, like I said, I used those Parenthood windows, and then that door I believe is from Eco Lifestyle. I was just trying to mix and match windows but not make it seem too chaotic. A nice little segue here as we go into the backyard. Chaotic. That feels like my life lately. I don't know if I've already said this in a video. Honestly, I'm putting them all up at once, and I ended up taking a week off that I didn't expect to take, and I don't remember if I've talked about it or not talked about it or what's going on, but we bought a house. We actually bought a house. I know that you've seen the video of that house at this point, but I honestly can't remember if we had purchased the house, had a purchase agreement. I think we did. I think I talked about it now that I'm saying it out loud. I think that I talked about it in a previous video. We bought a house. Holy moly. And then immediately, like, we bought a house, and then our realtor was like, hey, I know someone who would like to come see your house. Can they come? And I was like, I guess. So they came to see our house and immediately put a full price offer in with a little bit of cushion even. So yay, we bought a house and we sold a house, and now we have to move, and everything is so stressful, and moving is the worst. I'm having a yard sale next weekend. That's what I did all day yesterday. Was Saturday. All day, all I did was get stuff ready for a yard sale and price everything and send pictures to some friends who might want some of my clothes. And it was very stressful, but it's all good in the hood, but it's very stressful. Have I mentioned that it's stressful? Moving is very stressful. And we also sold my car that I've had like since high school, and we sold Nick's car that he's had since high school this month. Like, it's been a whirlwind. We're down to 1 vehicle and a motorcycle, and everything is just, it's a lot. It's chaotic, as said before. It's all very chaotic. So I don't want to take time off and not post because of moving, but I can't promise that that won't have to happen because there's just so much to do. Basically, the woman who sold us her home is building a home, and she asked if we could give her a couple extra weeks from when she thinks she's supposed to be done building, so that just in case, weather or whatever, you know, we were like, yeah, I totally understand. That's fine. So we get possession of that home on July 29th. And then we have to be out of our home on September 6th. So that's only a week of moving, and we both work full-time jobs. Like, holy moly, it all has to happen all at once. Not to mention, there's so much going on in these 2 months. Like, a whole weekend for a bachelorette party for my BFF. Another weekend, we have the yard sales next weekend, and then we are taking our niece on a kayaking adventure for her birthday one weekend, and then another niece's birthday, and my mom's birthday, and Nick's brother's birthday, and his grandmother's birthday. And there's just, I know there's another thing. Oh yeah, also we're going to Washington DC. Nick and I have neither one ever been, and we're going there on the 5th of September. So like, we're gonna move into this house and not even gonna get to live there because we're gonna be in Washington DC. I'm so excited to go, and we planned that trip like 2 weeks before we bought a house. We were like, we're never gonna find a house, let's just go on vacation. And yeah, here we are, flights and Airbnb booked. So yeah, it's fine. I'm fine. I'm that dog that's like sitting there with a cup of coffee and everything's on fire saying it's fine. Yeah, that's what I feel like right now. I know there's another thing that I just can't. Oh yeah. Also, drum corps is a weekend, and we're also going to a Colts game the same weekend. So we'll be out of town for that from Friday to Sunday, and like everything. We just not all of the timing. I guess the timing is never right. You're always busy. My brother just moved to Chicago, and he was like, oh, after this week, it just won't be that stressful. I'll be settled in. And I didn't have the heart to tell him that when you're an adult, you say that every week. And every week, you're always waiting for the next week to settle down. And it doesn't. Spoiler alert. So anyway, that's my whole life update. I'm sure it will be ever changing over the next 2 months, but I'm trying to not freak out, and I'm trying to be excited for myself. And let's get back to this video. So I've done the entire exterior and most of the living area. I again use lots of items from the newest Dream Home Decorator pack. Have to get the absolute most out of this pack before cottage living, girl, because we will be living for it when it comes out. So I used another counter from the Dream Home Decorator pack. I really like this black swatch. I do kind of wish they were black all the way around, and I kind of wish that the countertop wasn't blue, but I mean, they're fine. Like, I really wish that I liked the swatches on these cabinets better. I think that the cabinet fronts have very nice swatches. I don't like all of the countertops that go along with it, but I think I did all right mixing that like light wood tone with the darker wood tones of the floor. I wanted it to have a lot of black and white involved with touches of that greeny blue color. So most of the walls in the main living area are like that green color, and then I used some black accents. I wanted to use a fun wallpaper in the dining area because it was kind of small and plain. I thought that little wallpaper would make it pop. And then we're doing this office space. I originally wasn't going to make it like a guest room area because like in The Sims you don't really have guests. But it ended up working out that I could put a little Murphy bed in there. I thought it was cute. And then I left in a bathroom, mostly because I did the other bathrooms, off camera. And then I try to leave in the bathrooms if I do something kind of fun, and this one has like a big walk-in shower. You just like build walls and use windows to make the glass panes, and yeah, I thought it seemed pretty luxurious. I am trying to use the closets. I want to love the closets, and for the most part I do really enjoy the closets. I kind of wish, I don't know. I mean, I really do like them. It's just you're so used to not building closets in The Sims. I don't tend to leave room for them, especially in like children's bedrooms. I don't remember to leave room for them really. So I've put a couple of master closets in these homes. I don't think I've really done any real like closets for spare bedrooms or children's bedrooms, but I do plan to. I don't know. I just like you're so used to building and not having to think about closets, and then you have to think about closets and you don't. So I don't know. I'm going to try to get better about that and including them and kind of mixing this kind of closet with like the closets from Get Together. I never use those and I don't know why. I love having them. I just don't really ever use them. But again, I stuck with the same cabinet theme in this closet. I thought that it looked super posh. I do kind of wish now I don't know, painted the walls, maybe something fun, or done a fun wallpaper. I don't love all of the wallpaper. Most of the wallpaper we have I don't like. But I don't know. I feel like I could have made one of them work. But the master bedroom, as always, is boring. It always is boring. I made the walls black though, so like that's kind of fun. The bed I went with has these kind of earthy tones with the kind of sage green gray color and then that like mustardy color, and I wouldn't usually pair those with black, but I felt like it made it super moody and it made the mustard color really pop and looks more gold, I think. But yeah, of course I always use those rugs from Snowy Escape, and I love that mirror from Jungle Adventure. I made a cute little sitting area over here. Overall, it's pretty plain. They always tend to be pretty plain, but of the plain bedrooms I do, felt like this one is one of the least plain, I guess. I moved stuff around. I really wanted to put that palm tree in there for a little drama and thought it would fit a little better in that corner. And then we're moving right upstairs. Honestly, this was probably the hardest part of the home for me. I really struggled what to do with this nook because when I was kind of drawing it out, I was thinking, oh, well, I could put a little computer up here. Well, they have a designated office area, so why would I do that? So I decided I would put some like kids stuff and use the little puppet show thing. I mean, I don't usually use that. It takes up a lot of space, so I don't usually use it. So I felt like this little nook area was kind of like the kids play area. Upstairs is all kids all the time. And then I use this first bedroom to make a home gym. It just has 3 workout items, the lifting station and the punching bag, you know what those are called, and a treadmill. And then I put some mirrors and some basic posters on the wall. Yay, team, go sports. And then I decided I would make a nursery. It's not anything out of the ordinary. It looks like every other nursery I always make. I didn't use the bassinet from, I almost said Making Magic, but that's obviously not what that's called. Realm of Magic. I almost always use that bassinet, but I used a plain one. You know what would remedy that if we had more than 2? And the ones that are like for cyborgs or whatever, those don't count. Those do not count. We basically have 2. I wish we had others that were a little bit cuter. And then, as always, I put a little sitting area. And yeah, this room's kind of boring. I, again, wanted to use some fun wallpaper. And this is the only pink wallpaper that isn't literally offensive. So, it's plain. Get over it. I'm sorry. Decorate it yourself. I'm sorry. I'm burnt out. I'm so stressed. Anyway, so I asked my friend who I was building with, I was like, okay, who should I make this room for? Should it be a teen or a child? And they said a teen. And then I asked, should they have a double bed or a single bed? And he said single. And I said, okay, should it be a bunk bed or lofted or regular? And he said regular. So he kind of guided, and I said, is it for a boy or a girl? Not that it really matters, but he said a girl. So honestly, this is pretty neutral. It's like an orange and green color. Sorry, my dogs like will not stop moving around. I again used all furniture mostly from the new Dream Home Decorator pack, and then I asked what she was into, and he said nerdy, and I said like computer nerdy or like chess nerdy, and he said chess. Okay. So I gave her a chessboard, and then at the very last second, there's stuff for pets downstairs, but I was thinking a dog. At the very last second, I decided that this teenager has a cat, so I put in a little cat tree and a little bed for her cat, and then I added a scratching post and a litter box downstairs, and that wraps it up. So yeah, the screenshots are coming up, so thank you all so much for watching. Please leave a like, a comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I upload new videos every Monday and Thursday at 4 p.m. So I will see you all in the next one. Bye! Welcome to my personal diary.